So if you're planning to take the audit exam at that middle level or skills level, as it's currently called, then you're going to be dealing with some financial reporting issues. So those are going to be only things that you dealt with at that knowledge, that first level, which hopefully is reassuring that it's not going to be really, really complex. Okay, so there's no prerequisite expectation that you've done the other financial reporting exam at this level. But if you have, you know what, you've got much better knowledge and you're set up really nicely, but there is nothing from that that could be tested. That's the first bit. So when we're talking about financial reporting, we are talking about your classic provisions. We're talking about your doubtful debts and whether it should be written off. We're talking about your depreciation methods, particularly estimates, anything that has some kind of estimation in it they really like. So the useful life of that asset is a good one and a really common one they like to test. And if you're thinking about where they're going to be tested, it will be in the risk questions, absolute guarantee in a risk question. It could flow into some other bits. So it will absolutely be in the test question that you'll be testing a financial reporting area, because that's the point of our tests. And then it could be in some other areas. Occasionally they drop in like a little calculation where you've had to do maybe a mini bank rec or even reperform a revaluation, something like that. They have dropped in occasionally. So it's good to just be prepared for that. If you're thinking about where do you start, it might have been a little while since you did some financial accounting. You may have not done ACCA's financial accounting exam, and you might have done something else like AAT or at university, so you've got that exemption. Then what do you do with that? Well, firstly, have a look at the syllabus, like briefly have a look at the syllabus just to check it looks broadly aligned, because when you get an exemption, it's not 100% aligned with the syllabus. So it might be 80% of it, but all the classics are in there. So have a quick look at the syllabus just to see what things were covered. So everything from depreciation on assets and useful lives, all the way through to your provisions, doubtful debts, all those classics, accruals, paying prepayments, they're all in there. Okay. But the thing they might test on, they might be things like the accrual for a dividend or bonus, or accruals just on more specific things that, maybe staff bonuses as well. So if you're then thinking, oh, I can't remember these areas, then you go back to your revision notes. You start with the revision notes. You don't start with the full course notes, because that's going to take you ages. What you look at is just the things that you really can't remember or struggle with, just to get an understanding of them. It doesn't mean you need to do all the calculations unless you really fancy it, because you love a calculation. But if you go back to that, then you'll start to see the areas that you really need to focus on. So whether that is, I said, reperformance and depreciation calculations, if you really want to. But then if you're struggling with that, then you do go back to your kind of more detailed course notes if you need to. But as I said, these are some really, really common areas, particularly anything with an estimation. They love testing at this level. The other thing you're going to have to potentially battle with is if you didn't do the financial accounting exam in the same year as the audit exam, then the syllabus coverage might be slightly different. So you might want to look at any changes in the financial accounting syllabus that happened since you've done that. Okay? So that's only if you're going across the years, which is September to June for ACCA exams. So if you're planning to take the audit exam at that middle level, skills level, as it's currently called, then you're going to be dealing with some financial reporting issues. So those are going to be only things that you that first level, which hopefully is reassuring that it's not going to be really, really complex. So if you're planning to take the audit exam at that middle level or skills level, as it's currently called, then you're going to be dealing with some financial reporting issues. So those are going to be only things that you dealt with at that knowledge, that first level, which hopefully is reassuring that it's not going to be really, really complex. Okay, so there's no prerequisite expectation that you've done the other financial reporting exam at this level, but